50 course? Is that what you
Yeah, I'm
mean?
going to take the next level of the course, the intermediate level.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to know about what I'm doing. I've been doing a bit of driving. I've been trying out some different bikes. I'm probably going to go with maybe something like a V-Strom that has some good maneuverability. Could go over a wide variety of terrain. Um, I actually tried some more high powered ones. I tried a GS 1200, so like a 1200 cc bike, and I was able to. It was like just as maneuverable as something lighter, like a 650. I was able to go on the highway and you know do all of that. But it was just a bit buzzy in the handlebars, and I want something that's smoother because when I was on this KLR and I spent a good amount of time on it. I was trying to go to Mount Shasta and I didn't get all the way there, but I did get a few hours in, and just the vibration, it just kind of like numbed out my hands, and like I'm still like recovering, from it because it was just like way too much. So I'm looking for something that's smoother.
I wonder if you're holding it too tight because
Oh, I'm sure.
my
Yeah, I'm
bikes
sure.
used to do that to me too. My arms would get numb.
J
See you,
Bob,
Marv.
everyone.
Thanks,
Take care.
Marvin. See
Take
Hi.
you.
care.
Hi.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
It, and once I got more comfortable, um, and held on more loosely, like relaxed my arms and because you don't really have to hold on that tight at all, you can um, be almost floppy armed and uh, and the only time to hold on tight is actually when you're going super slow, like
Interesting. Okay, because
j-
then you have to stabilize the thing.
that's it, right? But otherwise the bike, the the what's it called, the momentum of the wheels, especially the front wheel, keeps the bike fair, steady, that's
Right. Yeah,
where
it wants to be upright.
yeah, and that's where uh, the counter steering comes in. And I actually wanted to make sure you understood what counter steering
Hmm.
was. What do you understand by counter steering? Can I can I just give you a little quiz?
Sorry. Yeah, yeah. So I've got them, and that's one of the main thing I've actually been working on or practicing is yeah, when you kind of push forward, so you push left, so the wheel's turning to the right, but the bike's actually going to the left. Um,
Oh, very
and
good.
that's
Okay. Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping to work on Saturday in this intermediate course because I'm still not comfortable making sharp turns. So I guess I'm comfortable with the bike to the extent that, I'm probably gone 500 miles or something. I've gone on the highway, I've gone on street. So it's like I have been turning. Um, but I'm still not as comfortable as I want to be with making tight turns. Um, and
Well,
being
that's
able to,
good. That's
yeah.
good to be uncomfortable and to not, not be pushing yourself because so many people end up off the road, you know. Um,
Right.
you
I
know,
think, yeah, I think it would be so easy to,
screw
just
up.
kind of, yeah, no,
Yeah.
because yeah, in a tight turn, if you're not, I guess if you're not confident or you don't know how to make it tight enough, like it'd be so easy not to make it. And yeah, with the KLR, it was a crazy experience. I actually bought the bike. So I bought the bike, wound up taking it back because it was just a total, it was just totally nuts. But and I think part of it was because it had knobby tires. I think it was also just with that thumper engine, it was just um super whatever. But yeah, no, it was
Oh
crazy. And I
yeah.
did,
I
yeah,
yeah. I forgot that knobby tires will definitely give a like a bumpy ride. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
But
Yeah.
I went on this road like up past Calistoga, like on the way to Shasta, and they have super turns. Like it's like just these super sharp turns, like even for cars, like sometimes it goes down to 50 miles an hour like turn because it's like these really steep turns up this winding road. And
Switchbacks.
Yeah, and it was a challenge, right? So I was turning, but like I slowed way down. I was slowing down the cars, at some point on the way back, I was a bit better. It was a bit faster on the way back. But I definitely felt I could be more proficient in those kind of type turns, especially like going downhill, in a tight turn. I could definitely would want to be better on the way back because I was just like I have to take this thing back. Like, yeah, my hands, like I like couldn't even, like I was amazed I was even still riding the thing because like I couldn't even like move my hand. There was one point I was trying to like adjust the bike, like zipper something. Like I couldn't even zipper something or clip a toenail or like anything like that
Wow.
because like
Uh-huh.
it's like the joints in my hand like couldn't even like do anything at
Yeah.
that point. But I got into a rear wheel skid on Highway 1. So I was like the bike, it had to go back to like Highway 1. That's where its, home had been. And I was, yeah, again, like, going down a hill and Highway 1, it's like these super, super sharp curves and you have fog coming in. It's like right on the coast. So it may be called Highway 1, but it's not like a highway at that point where it's like quite narrow. It's like right along the coast winding around. And I was just like, I don't know about this turn. It was like a super sharp turn. It's like a 90-degree turn. And I was like, I need to slow down. And at this point I had this Uber driver, following me. I was going to drop the bike off. He was going to take it back. And yeah, I just hit on the rear brake and right away, like I started skidding and the tire went back, went to the left, went to the right. And I was just like, because I have done, a lot of regular biking and I've done like a little bit of off-road biking. So I have some experience with the bike kind of like going into a skid and whatnot. And I rode it out and the skid, it eventually recentered and it stopped. But like in the meantime, I couldn't believe how quickly it had locked. I was actually shocked that like that because I don't think I was braking super hard at all. Like I was trying to slow down before the curve. I wanted to get the speed down, but I didn't think I was braking to the extent that I would lock up. And I was just shocked. I was shocked like that could have made it lock up and then it would go into a skid. Yeah,
Well, I'm glad that happened to you because it'll give you respect for, for slamming on your brakes. What happens, Um, yeah, the death wobble is a good thing to experience and survive because, you don't screw around then with slamming on your brakes at from high speeds. So in other words, you don't take high speeds, because there's um, a deer can step out from the bushes so easily. Yeah, and
right.
you don't want to
And
hit
this
a
was at
deer.
oh no, you don't want to. And the other thing was in this skid, well, the back wheel's going back and forth. The front wheel is still like going forward. So the bike as a whole was going forward. So it wasn't even stopping, you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I'm glad that death wobble happened to you because,
Yeah, no, I'm
yeah.
glad. So I don't know. And I'm still trying to figure out my takeaway. I mean, I obviously need to know what I'm doing more, and that's part of why I'm taking the course. I probably also need to, get better at using the front brake, as well. Yeah, understand the limits of the bike, and then also another one of my takeaways that the bike might need to have ABS, like that like anti-lock brakes. That might be something that is really needed.
Yeah, on the other hand, you may get a bike that doesn't have ABS, so it's good
Right.
to you know to to be able to deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, good. The course will give you like also a big parking lot to practice higher speed turns, you know.
Yeah.
It,
So here on the ABS, is your takeaway that if you know what you're doing, you don't need it? Like what's your opinion on it?
oh, I guess I really don't have an informed opinion, Jonah, because I neither of my bikes have it and
Okay.
have ABS. Um, um, so my
Okay.
opinion.
I
My
guess,
I
do you feel like you're, because some of the bikes I'm looking at don't and some do. Do you feel like you'd be able to like get it to a stop quickly without the ABS?
Yeah, I mean, you just have to have the right touch. Where if you're on a curve, you can only feather the front brake
Hmm.
very lightly. Um, and as you've probably experienced, uh, when you're coming to a stop, um,
Hmm.
if you do the front brake too tight, the bike will go down immediately. You've probably experienced that already, like when you're just coming to a stop.
I haven't experienced that, but that's why I was cautious on the front brake because I talked to somebody. I met with somebody who had pressed on the front brake and just like went over the handlebars and like whatever. So
Yeah,
he was like I only use the rear brake. I don't use the front brake.
yeah. No,
Um,
the front brake is good to explore and to be able to use on a curve. But basically, like in the course, they teach you the first way um, to slow down on a curve is to make sure you're going straight first, and then
hmm.
use the front brake strongly, but you're going straight on the curve. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're um, um, for a split second, you straighten the bike and slam on the front brake.
Interesting.
Yeah, but as you get more experience, you can actually uh, 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 press the front brake lightly on the curve,
Hmm.
and it'll make the turn even quicker too. Uh, I don't want to give the impression that I'm a expert, but I have played with it.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I have some experience. And when you slam on the front brake, do you slam on the rear one at the same time or you leave the rear one out of it?
um, yeah, at the same time, um, but the slamming is really with the front brake
Okay.
because as you experienced, the rear brake um, might skid
Yeah.
and wobble, right? Yeah.
Oh
Um,
boy.
but I had that same learning curve where I was only using my rear brake um, for fear of going over the handlebars. But I experienced the death wobble, and I saw that they that the
Like we got to do something about this.
yeah, exactly. But but yeah, try to remain accident free for a few years,
Yeah, that would be good.
so
Do
you
you
gain.
you gain enough experience to not get
Yeah,
into one?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you practice like squeezing hard enough so it will lock up so you know what extent that is?
The front brake.
Yeah.
Yeah, the front brake. I have practiced it and also done it inadvertently, where um, where say I was racing with a car or something, and they're in front
Hmm.
of me. This happened once, and all of a sudden I was right on their tailpipe, and slammed on the front brake, and almost went over the handlebars. Yeah, but
Wow.
yeah, good to practice all these things.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Definitely good.
and like
Yeah.
I was saying, that counter steering is such a lifesaver. To practice that as soon as you get on your bike, practice counter steering
Right. I've been doing what
in
you
your
said to like
lane.
try swerving. I'm not counter steering enough though. So it is working and it is turning, but it's not turning enough or it's not turning sharp enough. So I'm probably not pushing hard enough to
That's
get
it. Yeah, I
enough
mean
of a
it definitely makes you nervous thinking, you know, am I going to push it too hard and what'll happen. But you gotta where it's safe at a big parking lot or something. You got to practice that. Yeah. And it takes quite a bit because the momentum of that front wheel um, has a lot of power. I mean,
Hmm.
it's enough that when you counter steer, uh, it'll it'll lean the bike um, so forcefully that you can keep your body straight. Even you can keep your body erect. Your
Okay.
body doesn't need to go with the bike. Um,
Right.
Counter steering is so powerful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was testing out this, it was like a BMW GS 1200, and so eventually, like, I took it by myself and I rode around. I spent quite a bit of time, but I went on the back of it with this guy, and he was like, I don't know, he was like an amateur racer or something like that, and
Oh,
he went up on those hills also by Calistoga. So he was taking, 15, 20 mile an hour turns at like 50, 60 miles an hour, with
oh,
me on the back of
yikes.
it. And he was,
Yeah.
when he was, counter steering, like the bike was going down at like definitely like 45-degree angles or something like that. It was like these really steep angles, and the bike was like taking it, and he's like going around all this stuff. So it
Well,
can.
that's neat. I've never experienced riding with somebody who knew what they were doing. Yeah.
Somebody, right, and totally. I mean, it just, I don't know. It seemed like totally crazy in the beginning, but he was like so precise at it. I was watching, like he wouldn't take the turn, like if he couldn't see like there wasn't a car coming, but if he could see like it was clear and he could do it, like he was just like slamming on it, and, like yeah, accelerating like crazy and like going around. And yeah, in the beginning, I was like holding on, like I was super scared, but then at like halfway in, then I was like, okay, we can we can do this, and it becomes fun. But what my takeaway was, I was surprised how far the bike could lean without it falling over. And I think,
Yeah. Yeah. Or
yeah,
skidding, right? I mean,
right,
it's
right.
amazing
Yeah,
the
like it
grip
could
they
still
have.
be, right, it could still be gripping the road being that low. That's what I was most like, can you actually lean that low? And like, yes, and he can do it. And to some degree that may have been that particular bike. So I think that had some characteristics where you could go crazy low, but I think there's also a large extent that I hadn't been pushing enough, because I'm afraid to like lean the thing that much. And
Yeah.
he's not. So
Yeah. And you don't want to be in your shorts and tank top, when you're practicing or trying these things. Yeah. Um,
I'm
just in
getting some
case.
more, yeah, I'm getting some more gear for sure. Yeah, he was saying to practice it, he does it at very slow speeds. Um and yeah, any like goes over until the bike is almost falling over, and
Wow.
kind of feathers the clutch, and that's
Yeah.
how he recommended to practice it.
Yeah. And the thing you mentioned of seeing what's ahead, he could see what was ahead in the curve. Very important. We had a thing where um, an accident where a rider and his passenger impatiently passed a car on on a curve, and then they collided with another biker and their passenger, and all four were killed.
Oh boy.
You know, just from doing a foolish thing.
Right, right.
Not seeing what's ahead of you. You know.
So with him also, we did some passing too, and I think I was able to see how powerful the bike was in terms of acceleration. So he was able to go like from 60 to 80 two passes. All right, so he was like again, I would never do this, but just to see what it was, and he had that kind of control, so he was able to safely do it. So, he was like 10 feet behind the car. He was able to, again, double yellow line, fairly winding. So like technically you're not supposed to do it. But again, he would only do it if he could see on the other side there was no car coming. And then yeah, he'd be able to just like quickly go out, go up to 80 miles an hour, pass the thing, and like duck back in. And I guess like you wouldn't be able to do that in any of the cars I've driven, because they just wouldn't have that kind of acceleration. But yeah, I guess on that bike with his skills, you're able to do it.
Yeah, that's the delight of bikes get the revs up, and then you have this enormous acceleration. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that kind of power. And I guess that's the difference. Like, yes, on a 650cc bike, like, yeah, you can like drive those roads, and I guess you can go on the highway and do that stuff. But I guess that's what 1,200 cc's is for. Like, you can actually do something like that.
Well, even the 550s, I had my first Honda 550. Once I didn't, it took me a while to actually discover it, that the secret is high RPMs. I don't mean red line,
Hmm.
but just,
Yeah.
below red line. And then when you're up in that realm, man, the acceleration is sweet.
Yeah, no, it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty wild. Oh, wow.
I've actually
Yeah,
had
no,
people
yeah.
follow me to my house and scold me for doing those kind of things, those acceleration
Okay.
things.
That's funny. Yeah, no, but it's definitely something. It's like, yeah, you could really drive. Definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
because
people,
I'm used to these like Toyota Priuses and whatnot, where it's like you never be able to do. It's like you're slamming on the thing like 100% acceleration. It's like barely inching up, and yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
cars are like snails or slugs. They have. I mean, maybe with the exception of Teslas. Tesla,
Hmm.
if you get a chance to rent a Tesla, try it out. They have almost motorcycle acceleration. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because
Yeah.
those motors are very different.
They're like, a circular saw. You press the button of the circular saw, and it's immediately going pretty
Hmm.
quick. Anyway, I'm sorry
Okay. Yeah, now let's
to
get started on our
yeah.
healing over here. Okay. So let's let's
Should we
close our eyes. Yeah, go ahead.
should we record the
I've been recording, but if we don't want that on the
no
playback, then we can record
um
fresh at this point.
oh I no I uh, you are recording? You have been recording? I mean, because
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting a signal that you're not recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's see. It's saying request host to start cloud recording.
Interesting.
So,
Okay. All right. Not sure. Let me take a look. All right, let's investigate this. So for me, it says stop recording. It says pause or
oh,
stop.
excellent. Oh, excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, um, maybe
Okay. Are
yeah.
you okay with that being part of the video? Or do you think it's too off topic?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's the kind of information that all
Well, what
possible
are
possible motorcycle riders will
right? We
benefit
want our
from.
Baba lovers that are out on the road to be safe.
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So let's start our meditation. We can close our eyes. We can sit comfortably, and let's reach out to Meher Baba this morning. So we're gonna metaphorically extend our arms out, welcome him in. Can imagine him sending his light through, through the ceiling, spiraling down and drifting down onto us with a brilliant, almost misty sunlight. So kind of these particles of mist swirling around, brightly illuminated, and joining us, coming into us and joining us in this meditation. And we will sit here for a couple minutes and enjoy this sunlit mist coming in. you can let that come in down to your head, into the forehead, and just soak it up. Imagine almost you're a tree and you're sending through a lot of this brilliant sunlight, and your leaves are soaking that up. I'll ask Baba to help us in this meditation by helping give us some stability to calm down the thoughts a little bit. We're also going to allow other energies to begin to come in and help us out, provide more support various ways. Bring in some fresh air energetically into the meditation. Get our process started for this afternoon or this morning, depending on where you're located. Maybe if you're in India, then this evening. Um, yeah, but for me, it's still morning, and East Coast is early afternoon right now. And if you do listen to the recordings and find them interesting, you can, you send me a message in an email, some of the stuff you liked, some of the stuff you'd like to see more of, and we can take that into account as we move forward in our Baba meditation adventure.
Is your email address in the calendar listing for
It
people?
may it may not, but it's my name at gmail.com. So yeah, Jonah Bernstein, JONAHBERNSTEIN at gmail.com. Thank you, Jen, for reminding me on that, because yeah, people probably don't know.
You're welcome.
Okay. Got some interesting energy coming in, some lengthening. If you want, you can sit upright and just kind of straighten out your spine, and as you're sitting, um, elongate it upward, and you may find these energies supporting in that process. Okay, we can relax. We're moving on in the process. If you want, you could think of us on going on a ride in the metaphorical sense along with this energy as it comes through and we see how it's playing. And let our minds settle down. Some good calming energy coming in to support us. Hey, good. Let's start picking up the energies again. And we're gonna increase the energy further. Approaching our peak intensity that we're gonna have this morning. And getting our energetic workout in here. Okay, we're gonna settle things back down. Bring in some more calmy, breezy energy. Settle things right back down. Okay, and you can to slowly begin to open your eyes, come out.
That was lovely. Thank you, Jonah. Awesome. Yeah.
You're welcome, John. How was it for you?
It was good. It was good. It was um, uh, very stillness producing. You know,
Okay.
I would take Baba's name as I inhaled. Uh, that's how he recommends to t- take his name, say his name on the inhale,
Mm-hmm.
but not coordinate it with the exhaling like pranayama would. You know,
Interesting. Okay.
like um, to not do it like pranayama. Yeah. So
Hmm. And
yeah,
what's the reasoning
he
if
didn't
there's
say. Oh,
you didn't say?
except I think that pranayama is its goal is power,
Mm-hmm.
and um, Baba's goal is love. Seeing
Okay.
seeing the power as more part of the illusion,
Hmm.
and love is the reality.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll
All
I'll
right.
I'll I'll
Cool.
send you the link for. Someone asked him the question, "What's the proper way
More
to?"
free flowing on the Excel. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And anyway, for me to with this meditation this afternoon, I I'd take his name on the inhale, and then I'd almost stop breathing. Really, I'd,
Wow.
yeah, it was.
Cool.
Um,
Nice, nice.
very stillness producing. Yeah,
Well, that's great. That's like the best it could, can be is to, yeah, be in that stillness and still the mind. So yeah, I'm really happy
yeah.
to know that.
Oh, so back to motorcycles.
Hmm.
I wanted to go try it myself now, and that
Okay.
is to approach the hairpin curve slowly and comfortably, and
Yep.
then accelerate within it,
Okay.
within and out of it. So to give that,
Interesting.
yeah.
If you accelerate while you're curving, do you lose traction if you're in the curve instead of being straight?
I don't think so. I think the acceleration um, uh, is a steadying influence on, rather than going through the curve kind of like a free fall.
Hmm.
It's giving you control, you know.
Okay.
But I'm going to go practice it now, and I'll get back to you next week.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay, cool.
we have some nice hairpin turns um, in Harriman State Park.
Oh,
Um,
I love Harriman. I've spent a
yeah,
lot of time there. Yeah.
and many motorcycles have gone off the road there too. So
Really? Okay.
yeah. So I also
For
want to look for a big parking lot.
that
Get
would be, yeah, that would be good. Yeah, no, spent a lot of time in Harriman, one of my favorite spots. Um, for protective gear on the pants, what do you use for that?
you know, I'm bad that way because I cannot stand to have like leather on in the summer. I mean
Hmm.
that's why if autumn and spring are nice, or you can
Hmm.
wear all the leather and leather pants and leather jacket and be protected. But in the summer, I just basically take it easy, pretty easy, and go in my shorts and tank top, and
Okay.
and I'm the target of many scoldings.
I see, I
But
see.
I totally envy you in California because you don't have to wear a helmet, right?
Maybe, maybe not. Um,
Yeah, we're forced to wear helmets, or we get
oh,
big fines.
oh boy, oh boy,
Yeah,
oh boy.
but in the summer, I often just forget to put it on because it's so hot. You don't think to
Hmm.
put on this hot hat, basically.
Interesting. Yeah,
But
no, I find that I guess maybe it's the one I got, but there's enough of a breeze that it's okay. Um, I will say the other thing is like so outside of the Bay Area it gets really hot, but where I am right now, there's this fog that comes. It's actually cold outside, which is unbelievable considering, if you were outside of this, it would be like, I don't know, 90 degrees. It would be something crazy, but it's actually cold because like this fog,
wow, mm,
yeah,
yeah,
it's like a fog blanket that's covering the whole thing. I don't know.
yeah.
It's probably still 60 degrees outside. It's actually
Awesome.
chilly.
You're
Yeah,
lucky. You can wear your gear and
wear
not
the whole thing.
swelter. I feel like I'm gonna lose consciousness when it's
Okay.
hot. So
You don't want that. The comfort is actually the most important thing for safety. I realize that.
yeah.
Um, anyway, I have to hop on to hop on the other line here now.
Okay.
But
Bye
so
bye bye for now, and
yeah, bye for now. Thank you.
thanks thanks for coming, and thanks for leaving.
Yeah, and thanks for all the advice on the cycle stuff. All right.
Oh,
Bye, Jen.
pleasure.
See you next week.